Hey guys, what's up? In this episode, we will see how to set up a dev environment, followed by the installation of virtual environment and activation of virtual environment, followed by installation of our first Django project inside it. So let us begin with that. So come to your terminal and make sure you have the latest Python version. So for that, you just write Python minus version and check your version. So it is 3.9.7. If it is not there, then you can do it and you can install the latest version of Python. So after that, you write pip install pip-env. So I'll write pip install pip-env. So guys, it is a dependency management tool for installing our application dependencies in virtual environment. So this way our app's dependency will not be clashing with the application dependency of other applications. Alright, so just press enter and requirement already satisfied. Alright, I'll clear it. Now I hope you all have the ID setup already with you, and if not, then you can use any of the ID like VS Code or PyCharm, whichever you are comfortable with. I am personally going to use VS Code in this. Alright, so now we will create the first Django project. So I'll create it inside my documents. So I'll write cd documents. Okay, now inside this document I'll make a directory. I'll write mkdir and I'll name this directory as storefront. Okay, now I'll go inside this directory. So I'll write cd storefront, okay. Now I will install Django under a virtual environment in this. So what I'll write pip-env install Django. So here pip-env create a virtual environment for me and install Django inside it. Okay, so I'll write pip-env install Django. Okay, and let's see, installing Django, adding Django to a pip file, success. Okay, to activate this project's virtual env, run pip-env shell. So what we will do, we'll activate it. So I'll write pip-env shell. Okay, so now it is, see, this particular part under the parenthesis, it says that it is under the virtual environment. All right, so our virtual environment has been activated here. Now what we will do, we will start the first project. So for that I'll write Django admin. So don't worry if you don't remember this, because as and when you start using it, this will become a secondary part. So you will be versed with all these commands and all. So just for time being, you just see, right, Django, I'm sorry, the spelling of Django has been wrong. So I'll write Django admin /admin. Okay, then you write start project, and then you write the name of the project. So name of the project is storefront. Okay, all right, and after this you just give a dot, so it will not create another directory storefront. Otherwise what it will do, it will create a folder storefront. Inside that again it will create a storefront directory. So it will not do that if you write a dot. So I'll simply write, press enter. Now it has created it. Okay, now you come to your VS Code and you open a folder. I think I have created in document, so under storefront. Okay, so I'll write open it. Now you see there are files manage.py. This is a directory. This init.py says that it is a package. Okay, and then we have a settings.py where all the settings are installed in this. You see all the apps which are installed inside this by default, which Django comes with, is over here. So any app which you make, when we will be making it in another class, so we will have to add it over here. All right, then similarly URLs, all the URLs which are there for the particular app, that has to be mapped over here. That I will tell you, don't worry about it. So apart from that, we have ASGI and WSGI, asynchronous gateway interface, and this is web server gateway interface. These two are they're in the deployment process, so that will come through, don't worry about it. And second thing is that manage.py. Now from here onwards, what we will do, we will use manage.py for everything, because manage.py knows about the configuration of this particular thing, whereas Django admin doesn't know the configuration of this particular file. So from now onwards we will use manage.py. And apart from this, you can see there are two files, pip file. If you go inside this, you can see that this Python, this particular project is using the version of Python that is 3.9, and Django star over here, it means that it is using the latest version of Django. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll simply go to my terminal and I'll run this server. So we'll run our Python server. So for that I'll write python manage.py run server. So I'll simply write python manage.py run server. Okay, so when I press enter, it will open me a server. So you can see Django version 4.0 using settings so and so, starting development server at http so and so. So by default it takes the port number as 8000 if you don't specify it. So if you specify the port number, it will take that particular port number. For example, if I'm developing my I'm running my server at 8000 already, then I'll give it a port number something else. In that case, it will not clash with my already running server. I'll simply command plus, if I click this, I'll go to my server. So here my Django server is ready. So after this, we'll be coming to our VS Code configuration. Okay, after stopping the development server, come to your terminal and VS Code terminal, and over here go to view and command palette. Over here you just write Python interpreter. Okay, and here you will get the option to enter the path. Now we don't know the path of the virtual environment which we have created, so I'll simply go to terminal and I'll write pip env minus venv. Okay, and this will give me a path. So I'll simply copy the path, Control C. I'll come over here and I'll enter the path, and after this just put /bin/python. Okay, if you are a window user, you can put, instead of / you put \. All right, and then press enter. So after this, it will automatically take you to the virtual environment. So if it doesn't happen, just put another terminal and you will come to your virtual environment. So you can see over here your virtual environment is activated. Alright, so this was all about the setting up of the VS Code. In next tutorial we will see creating the first app, followed by how views can be written, and then mapping it with the URLs. All these things we will be seeing in the next class. Till the time, take care.